The Berenstain Bears Say Please and Thank You. Written by Jan and Mike Berenstain. Please? Brother and Papa Bear were going fishing. They had their rods and reels. They had their hooks and bobbers. Most important, they had their bait, a nice can of worms. Down by the pond, they baited their hooks and cast out their lines. Brother watched his bobber bob up and down in the breeze. But it didn't go under water. If a fish bit, it would go all the way under. It was quiet by the pond, and Papa fell asleep. All you could hear was his snoring. Then Brother's bobber bobbed up and down. It went all the way under the water. "I've got a bite," said Brother. "Huh?" said Papa, waking up. "Don't pull too hard. Just give it a little yank and reel it in." Brother landed a fine, fat sunfish. They took out the hook and let it go. It wriggled away under the lily pads. "That was fun," said Brother, getting ready to bait his hook again. "Pass the worms." "Aren't you forgetting something, Brother?" asked Papa. Brother was puzzled. "I've got my rod and reel," he said. "Right," said Papa. "I've got my hook and bobber," said Brother. "Uh-huh," said Papa. "I just need another worm," said Brother. "What am I forgetting?" "You forgot to say please," Papa told him. "Oh yeah," said Brother. "I was so excited about catching the fish that I forgot. Will you please pass the worms?" he added. "Of course," Papa smiled, passing him the can of worms. Brother baited his hook and cast out his line. "It's always important to remember to be polite," said Papa, "even when you're going fishing." "Will it help us catch more fish?" asked Brother, watching his bobber. "Maybe not," admitted Papa, "but it makes everything go smoother." And he settled back to finish his nap. Thank you. One afternoon, Brother, Sister, and Honey Bear were making mud pies. They made apple mud pies, cherry mud pies, blueberry mud pies, and coconut cream mud pies. "If we sell these pies," said Sister, "we can make a lot of money." "Good idea," said Brother. "Good," said Honey. They put their mud pies by the side of the road with a sign: "Fresh baked mud pies, 5 cents." Too Tall Grizzly and his gang came along. "Why would we want to buy your stupid mud pies?" Too Tall laughed, and his gang laughed too. Queenie McBear and her friends rode by on their bikes. "We can't eat mud," said Queenie. "Come, girls." They paddled off in a cloud of dust. Brothers and sisters' friends walked past. "These are nice mud pies," they said, "but we don't have any money." They walked on. "No one wants our mud pies," Brother sighed. "We will wait until the right customer comes along," said Sister. At last, a long lavender limousine pulled up, and Mayor and Mrs. Honeypot got out. "Oh, isn't this darling?" said Mrs. Honeypot. "You cubs are so creative. I will buy every one of your pies." Sister, Brother, and Honey didn't know what to say. "Shouldn't you say something now?" Mrs. Honeypot smiled. "The, the, thank you," said Sister. "Thank you," said Brother. "Thanks," said Honey. "That's the right thing to say when someone buys all your mud pies." Mrs. Honeypot laughed. "Come, Horrence." So Mrs. Honeypot bought all their mud pies for 5 cents apiece and drove off with them in their long lavender limousine. "Wow," said Sister, as the cubs counted their money. "She must really like pie."